Lieutenant General Jerry Boykin with us. General, man, that's a rogues gallery. What do you think?
Well, I think that Jennifer was pretty obviously accurate in terms of what these people are. These are bloodthirsty people. I mean, all you have to do is go back and look at some of the intel reports on these people. These people have killed not only a lot of Americans, but they've also killed a lot of the people in Afghanistan that happen to be from one of the other tribes. These are brutal, evil people, and the Shiite tribes have suffered at the hands of many of these people as well.
You know, General, we're also learning that the acting prime minister is reportedly calling out to a lot of former officials of the government elsewhere, come back, we can guarantee your security and safety, as if. But what's going on here?
Yeah. You know, Neil, first of all, there's a quip in the military that goes something like, when you find yourself in a hole, stop digging. And what we have is we have an administration, to include the State Department, and is probably the worst violator here, that is just digging this hole deeper and deeper and deeper. When I came into the counterterror business in 1978, that was the creation of the Delta Force. We had a long-standing policy in the U.S. government that we did not negotiate with terrorists. Now, what we're doing today is violating everything that we've said for several decades now about how we deal with terrorist organizations. I realize they've dug such a hole that we're at a point where what are our choices? What can we do now? And let me tell you what we can do. We can throw in with these private groups that have some very bold, but more importantly, committed people that want to go out there and bring home their fellow Americans as well as their buddies that served with them in Afghanistan, the Afghans that stood with us. And it is time for the State Department to get off the dime and create a partnership with these people and not be totally dependent upon what they're doing now, which is negotiating with the Taliban.
All right, General, we'll see what happens. I wouldn't hold my breath. I don't want to sound cynical, but we shall see. General Jerry Boykin on all of that.